Hello, church. In all of my preaching and videos, you've seen me outside exploring the great outdoors. That's coming to an end. I'm sure my adventuring will continue on, but for our video, here's the last few pictures of my recent holiday. And now I have some great news. No more outside videos. The restrictions have been lifted. Come to our church's building. That means on Sunday, come and sing. No need to register ahead of time. No space restrictions for the amount of people. Bring a friend. Come and worship together. First off, I want to thank and remind you to pray for our government and the leaders. Can you imagine doing Dr. Bonnie Henry's job this last year? Unbelievable. Continue to pray for our government and our leaders as they guide us through the closing off of this pandemic and into the future. I also want to thank you as a church for standing unified in Jesus. Yeah, we have varying views on the pandemic and how things should have been done, but we're unified in our love for Jesus, in our love for one another, in our commitment to grow as a church and to reach out to the world around us. And so thank you for your patience, your perseverance through this last very long season of life. Here's what you can expect this Sunday and for the rest of this summer. In the fall, we may make some adjustments, but for now, we'll have a 9:30 and an 11 o'clock gathering. Park in the parking lot or across the street at the school if you want to get in some extra steps and give others a better parking spot. We don't have any limitations on how many people come anymore. So no need to scramble last minute, I need to register online. No, we don't need that anymore. That's taken down. So bring a friend, bring a neighbor, bring a relative, bring a busload of people to come and worship together. We have no need for contact tracing anymore. As you come in, there'll be sanitization stations. Our government is saying masks are recommended for those who haven't yet gone through their second vaccine. Recommended, but not mandatory. Come on in and enjoy saying hi to one another. I imagine it'll be some time before we start shaking hands again. For sure, quite a while before we greet one another with a holy kiss. And as you enter, for a time where we sing exuberantly to God, praising Him together, prayer, listening to His Word, it'll be wonderful. Because we've got a 9:30 and an 11 o'clock, there's not a large time gap between the two gatherings, and so we ask that kind of at 11 o'clock you're not in the foyer talking, so that people aren't being distracted as they're worshiping in the auditorium. At 9:30 we'll put on a live stream so that those who aren't yet comfortable or can't make it to church quite yet, you'll have something to watch, to be able to participate together with the larger church family, starting at 9:30 or any time throughout the day at your convenience. At 10:30, between our gatherings, we'll have time of refreshment and coffee. There might even be some leftover Dad's root beer from our Father's Day event. Of course, coffee time isn't a religious gathering, and so we have 50% capacity in our gym, which actually means 93 people. And so make sure to come on down, whether you're at the 9:30, stay around, visit one another. If you're coming to the 11 o'clock gathering, come early. Say hi to one another in the gym. Now that I'm back in my office, I want one more word on masks and vaccines, because masks are recommended for those who haven't yet gone through their second vaccine. But a pastoral word for you. Don't ask the vaccine question, especially of those who you don't know. Think of the early church in the book of Acts. And they were sorting through the implications of the gospel. And one of the big things is as Gentiles or non-Jews were starting to follow Jesus, a lot of the Jewish Christians thought, you need to follow all of the customs of Judaism. So you can imagine one Sunday someone comes in and says, hey everyone, I want to introduce you to my friend John. He's just started following Jesus. Everyone claps and they're happy and they go to talk to him afterwards. And there's that one guy and he's kind of looking him up and down and he says, so, have you been circumcised yet? Awkward. Actually mean, insensitive, because really that's making a statement. if you've followed what I think is the right custom, I will allow you to belong. Otherwise, you're second class and you're kind of pushed to the outside. And the church had to wrestle through that in big councils, and they came to the conclusion, no, through faith in Jesus, we all belong. It's belonging, acceptance, putting one another above yourself, loving and caring is of utmost. And so rather than that question which has implied judgment, even though we don't know what quite your stance is, let's just leave that aside and focus in on who we really are as a church. Learn to be comfortable with one another. If you need to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you don't, you don't. And yet all together, we'll love Jesus, we'll be unified in Him. As a church, we are a diverse, intergenerational, growing family of Christ followers who expectantly pursue gospel transformation in all of life. So as we return this Sunday to sing and to worship with no restrictions around us, we praise God and we expect in our own hearts gospel transformation. In our own hearts, in our own community, we expectantly pursue gospel transformation, and also to the world around us. We expectantly pursue the gospel will transform all of life.